Hoge responds to my cease and desist by desisting to cease.
The following program is brought to you in living color.
You are listening to The Liberal Grouch.
It's a ponderous situation.
Are you pondering what I'm pondering?
I think so, Dave. But where are we going to find a doctor to hose at this hour?
For more than 2 years, a persistent but stupid enemy has misunderstood our desire to live as free people.
All who know, free men stood against the tyrant. Few stood against many.
For more than 2 years, they've tried to silence those of us who believe that America is a nation of freedom for all, not just the privileged, not just for those who can afford justice. Yet, the enemy continues to misunderstand our motives.
Are you pondering what I'm pondering?
I think so, Dave. But there's still a bug stuck in here from last time.
They fill the blogosphere with lies and misinformation. Where can one turn for the truth?
This is where we hold them.
We will fight them.
This is where we fight.
We will struggle until the end.
Give them nothing, but take from them everything.
We are not concerned with personal comfort.
This is Sparta.
We will fight until the enemy realizes our thirst for justice cannot be quenched.
Lay your breakfast and eat hearty. But tonight, we dine in hell.
We will leave the right-wing, lick-spittle mob of hypocrites dazed and confused.
Are you pondering what I'm pondering?
I think so, Dave. But what if the chicken won't wear the nylons?
Truth will overcome lies the way the light of day overcomes night. This I vow, for I am the Liberal Grouch. Well, hello there again, one and all. Bill Schmalfeld here, the Liberal Grouch. You know, I consider myself a decent enough human being. I operate by common sense and common decency and morality, and if somebody I don't like, for instance, his mother just died or his spouse is ill, I'm not going to mock that person because I figure this person, no matter how much I dislike him, is still a human being. He still has feelings, however rudimentary they may be. For instance, when William John Joseph Hoge III of Westminster, Maryland, announced to his readers that his wife had bone cancer, I sent him an email, which was a violation, I guess, of his peace order against me, in which I told him, this is a white flag, olive branch, whatever you want to call it, but if you're interested, I can get you some information on bone cancer from the National Institutes of Health, where I used to work, and I can put you in touch with people who might be in a position to help. His response, other than, I expected him to say, we've got it covered, don't worry about it, don't contact me again. What he did was file a criminal charge against me, for which I was found not guilty. Well, yesterday, as we talked about on the podcast, we got the almost official word that my wife's condition is terminal. She's been suffering from scleroderma for 18 years, and is now showing all the classic signs of right heart failure. The accumulation of fluid in the lower extremities and in the abdomen, and shortness of breath on the slightest exertion. She'll have a echocardiogram on June 2nd. Her last blood test indicated a rise in liver enzymes, a drop in her kidney functions, an increase in her platelets, and some other blood-related stuff that would be indicative of congestive heart failure. So we'll see Dr. G again on June 9th, and he'll let us know the definitive answer. But, you know, they made these diagnoses long before they had echocardiograms, and it's very obvious to anybody who looks at my wife what's going on here, and it's happened so fast. First was, I mean, let's go back to last summer. She was just about in perfect health, looking good, had lost weight. Then by March, it was obvious that the weight loss was malignant. She was muscle wasting. She was just skin hanging on bones. Then, within the last 2 months, she's gained 30 pounds just in water weight. It's in her belly, it's in her ankles, it's in her thighs, it's in her shins. And you know me, I talk about my life. I blog about my life. It's what I do. What I don't expect is for people to use the things I say about misfortunes happening in my family as a weapon against me. I shouldn't be surprised. When my mother died in March of 2013, my own ex-wife and Lee Stranahan spent that morning going on and on about what a horrible person I was, what a horrible person my mother was for having me. These are the kind of people we're dealing with. So last night, I decided enough was enough, and I posted a cease and desist letter. I sent it via email to Hoge, and I posted it online. Let me share that with you. Now, this has to be read in the official Hoge voice, so bear with me. He lists this under his Team Kimberlin post of the day, because anybody who doesn't agree with Hoge is automatically a member of Team Kimberlin. So let me make this a little bit bigger on my screen, because my eyes just don't see as good as they used to was. First, however, I should share with you the ultimatum that he calls it. It's a typical cease and desist. It's a peaceable message sent for a peaceable legal purpose, therefore not subject to any sort of harassment charge that Hoge would likely try to pull out of his ass. He doesn't have a standing peace order against me, nor does he have an adequate cease and desist order stopping me from contacting him. So I hereby exercise my rights under the First Amendment to contact him for a legal purpose. Dear Mr. Hoge, you have ultimate control over the moderation of comments on your blog. Since I announced on Twitter and my blog that my wife is suffering from a terminal condition and may have but a few months to live, your readers have ramped up their attacks on me using your blog as a battlefield. The avatars depicting my wife as a corpse or as some sort of monster. I asked you to remove them, and you refused. These avatars and the snide, obscene comments in this difficult time for me are seriously annoying and alarming, and they are meant to harass me. I understand you believe me to be responsible for similar images sent to your wife. I assure you, sir, I am not. I believe I have the right to post information about myself and my family. That is my right of publicity. You do not own my image, my name, or any other aspect of my private life. Therefore, I am demanding through this email that I am also sending to friendly witnesses so you don't distort what I said, that you cease and desist allowing your commenters to further defame my wife. Cease allowing avatars that depict my wife in any way, shape, or form. I'm certain that you read each and every comment that arrives in your moderation queue. Therefore, you have the ultimate ability and responsibility to comport your blog in a manner that does not harass me or my wife. We have a right to our privacy. As you will see as the lawsuit proceeds, you do not have the right to misrepresent me, my wife, or any other aspect of my life outside of reporting news events, although as a private citizen, I am protected from defamation. Once again, and this is the last time I will make this demand, if there are further representations of my wife in any way, shape, or form on your blog, from you or your commenters, as of your receipt of this message, I will consider that to be an indication that you are aware of the grief and harassment you are causing us by allowing this practice to continue. That rises to the level of harassment defined in Criminal Law 3-803, as well as Criminal Law 3-805, and gives me the right to seek charges against you for same, as well as petitioning for a peace order against you. There's no reason for this to continue, Hoge, except for the harassment you are employing and enjoying. I demand, as is my right, an immediate cessation. A copy of this demand will be posted on my blog for public consumption. You are already in more trouble than you seem to realize, Mr. Hoge. Don't add to it by continuing to allow the use of my wife's illness as a weapon to harass me. So, I sent that along with a copy to some friends of mine. And this morning, he responded.
You are listening to The Liberal Grouch.
What in the hell is your problem? You follow dozens, if not hundreds, maybe even thousands of people that do nothing for you. Do they retweet your inspirational thoughts? No, they do not. Do they answer you when you tweet to them? No, they do not. So why, in God's name, why are you not following the liberal Grouch? He's in the studio every damn day, creating quality podcasts for you, and this is how you thank him, by ignoring him. Go to your computer this instant, log into Twitter, find the liberal Grouch. His handle is @GrouchCast. Did you get that? Do you need a pencil and a piece of paper to write that down? It's simplicity itself, @GrouchCast. And if you follow him, he will follow you, and he will respond to your tweets, and if you ask him very nicely, he may even wash your windows for a nominal fee. And by nominal, we mean exorbitant. Follow the goddamn liberal Grouch, @GrouchCast, on Twitter. Do it today. In fact, do it right the hell now.
Hi there. I'm the right wing's conception of Jesus Christ.
You know, the tall white guy with the long, flowing, light brown hair that was so common and popular among the Semitic people in the Middle East 2,000 years ago. Yep, that's me, and I'm here today with a special message. Why are you working like a slob, day in, day out, trying to save enough money to get the things you want? Listen to my good friend, Pat Robertson.
God is going to supply $1 million. Somebody is praying right now, right this second. You're praying for $1 million, and God said, I have heard your prayer. I know your need, and I'm going to supply the need that you've requested. It's done in Jesus' name.
That's right, in my name. You don't have to work like an Israelite in the mud pits for Pharaoh anymore. Just ask me for what you want. I prayed for a new motorcycle. Thank you, Jesus.
I prayed for a new washer-dryer combo. Thank you, Jesus.
I prayed for a couple pretty new girlfriends because my wife is getting old and ugly and doesn't put out anymore. Thank you, Jesus.
You're welcome. See how easy it is?
Jesus, we live in Africa. We have disease and famine. We live under brutal dictators. Can you help us?
Oh, sorry about that, little Negro friend, but you're black and a Muslim. No can do. This offer is only for white, conservative Christians, not heathens. So go find a nice handful of dirt and bugs to chew on and wait to die soon so you can suffer in hell for all eternity. Remember, kids, I'm the white Jesus, the one you see in the pictures hanging on the walls of millionaires who think that by making the eye of the needle bigger, it'll be a cinch to shove that camel right through it. So, what can I do for you today?
I prayed for some new teeth scissors to replace the ones I lost from my addiction to methamphetamine.
Thank you, Jesus. You're welcome.
It's done in Jesus' name.
Pull the string. Dance to that. Which one is created for?
The key is knowing which string to pull. Pull the wrong one, and the entire fabric of the universe will unravel. This is the liberal Grouch.
Well, as I said, I asked Hoge to moderate his comments. It's really not that hard to do. Every comment he gets goes into a moderation queue that he has to actually see and approve before it shows up on his blog. It should not be a difficult thing for him to see the avatars of people on his blog and then adjust them by not permitting the publication of comments with those sorts of avatars on them. The avatars in question depict my wife as some sort of monster or as a corpse. I can't really tell which. So, as I said, I notified him last night that I would accept no further harassment of my wife or myself on his blog. My demand was posted at 7:55 p.m. Wednesday, May 20th, 2015. As of this moment, there are at least 18 violations of my demand that Hoge moderate his comments to exclude images of my wife altered to make her look like a corpse or a monster. What's more, Hoge is indicating he does not have to respect my wishes in that regard, that my wife, suffering from a terminal condition, not be viciously lampooned on his blog. I'll give you his response, and I'll parse it along the way.
The cabin boy has another ultimatum published. In it, he threatens to file criminal charges against me under Maryland criminal law, section 3-803 and 3-805, and to seek a peace order against me if I do not police the comment section of this blog to his satisfaction. Here's my understanding of the law as it applies to the situation.
Well, now that's just incorrect. Hoge, police your comment section any way you choose. I object to the images of my wife, who again learned from her doctor yesterday that her condition is terminal. Decency and common sense dictate that Hoge respect my wishes. Dignity and common sense are terms Hoge doesn't seem to understand. We continue.
Under the Communications Decency Act, I may not be held responsible for the content of comments submitted by other persons to this blog. Also, under that law, I cannot be subjected to any state prosecution or civil liabilities for those comments either. Thus, under federal law, someone who believes that comments on this blog are defamatory or harassing or otherwise offensive must take it up with the commenters directly and not with me. If the cabin boy has a problem with my avatar, he can try to hold me accountable. If his problem is with someone else, he must take it up with him or her. He may not trouble me about it. I'm not obligated to deal with his dispute with a third party.
Wrong again. The protections offered and afforded by the CDA are for Internet service providers, not Internet content providers. As one who participates in the conversation, generally leading his commenters in the direction he wants them to go, Hoge will find no protection from the CDA. Or as the Electronic Freedom Foundation writes, quote, "The dividing line in determining whether an entity is an Internet service provider or an Internet content provider hinges on editorial publisher function, and when something is a statement being made by the information content provider. As an emerging trend, however, it has been noted in some recent cases under the CDA where courts have begun to develop an inducement model. In these cases, facilitating or inducing illegal behavior seems to be trouble for claiming 230 immunity. Furthermore, there's a recognized exception to CDA 230 immunity, and I quote, "Courts in the United States have upheld Section 230 immunity in a variety of factual contexts and on numerous legal theories. However, plaintiffs can successfully set aside CDA 230 immunity in cases that allege that a website is an information internet content provider or information internet content facilitator with respect to the information at issue." According to Madeline Rodriguez in her seminal law review article entitled "Re-examining Section 230 of the CDA and Online Anonymous Speech, Defamation on the Internet and Websites that Facilitate It," there are 3 tiers of liability under the CDA from the lowest liability to the greatest. The lowest liability goes to Internet service providers like Comcast, Xfinity, you know. The next level is Internet information content providers, and the least protection is afforded to Internet content facilitators. According to her article and cited sources by Brandy Jennifer Glad, determining what constitutes creation or development of content under the Communications Decency Act, quote, a unified approach to cyber libel, defamation on the internet, a suggested approach, and there's a list of other books that you can see for yourself on my blog. If an ICP, Internet Content Provider, and certainly an ICF, that's an Internet Content Facilitator, has reason to know or anticipate that at least some of the postings on their website are defamatory, false, anonymous, annoying, or harassing in nature, then they will be considered a co-author of the defamatory, false, anonymous, annoying, or harassing postings, and just as liable as the original poster, losing their CDA 230 immunity completely and be subject to full monetary, legal, and equitable damages by an aggrieved party. And then Hoge goes on to say that I made the case in the current lawsuit against him, which he doesn't really mention is the lawsuit against him, that I have stipulated that the CDA does protect commenters. Actually, I can subpoena the ISP information from Hoge, as I intend to do, and sue the individuals themselves. But since Hoge is an information content provider or facilitator, not an internet service provider, the CDA does not protect him from legal liability.
Smallville's ultimatum threatens criminal charges if I don't do as he pleases, and he's demanding that I give him something of value, partial control of this website, that I will have no legal obligation to give up. Ironically, he may have violated Maryland criminal law, whatever.
Saying I'm extorting him. Using that rationale, anyone filing a cease and desist letter would be guilty of extortion.
I do my blogging from Carroll County. If the cabin boy is stupid enough to want to carry out his threats, he knows how to find the District Court Commissioner's office in Westminster.
Well, if I were interested in filing a civil case, he'd be right about that. However, I'm interested in filing criminal charges if this behavior continues. I can file those in Ellicott City, here in Howard County. And since we're all going to be gathered there anyway on June 3rd for a motion hearing, so, one more time. Hoge, cease and desist allowing your website to be used as a platform for harassing my wife and myself. I have 18 counts on you already. How many more before I file my charges? You're a stupid man, Hoge. So I believe there'll probably be plenty more.
You are listening to The Liberal Grouch.
What happens when a family of midgets lives in a rundown house filled with junk?
We gotta stop living like this.
When the health department came to inspect the house, they couldn't even get the door open.
They had boxes full of rotting pizza stacked up against the door.
Look, I still have old used Pampers from when I was a baby, and I'm 35 years old. This room we're standing in, full of old dirty Pampers. Don't cut yourself on anything, it's a death sentence.
There are little people living in a great big mess.
Even the cats won't come in anymore.
Little people, big hoarders. Tonight at 10, 9 Central, on the Learning Channel.
This is Dr. Horst Munchel-Esser from the University of Zurich, and I'm here today on this presentation meant exclusively
for the Food and Drug Administration to demonstrate the efficacy of our new erectile dysfunction medication that we have technically given the brand name of Penetrex, and you'll see why as the demonstration continues. Now, Penetrex is a novel medication. It does not work in the same method as Viagra, which is sildenafil citrate, or Cialis, which is tadalafil, which works primarily on the brain. Penetrex is a combination of the above drugs that we call citrosildenafil, and it works on the spinal column, making the brain irrelevant in the maintaining of an erection. Too many times somebody will take a Viagra pill or a Cialis medication, but not really be in the mood to have sexual relations. So they have an erection, but they are not really inclined to use it. These medications do not make you amorous or put you in the mood for sex. They merely provide you with the mechanics with which to do so should you feel inclined. Penetrex works differently, as we will demonstrate today for our FDA guests and for pharmaceutical companies that may be watching this, doctors who may be interested in investing in this project. This clinical trial will be conducted here in front of you now. We've enlisted 2 people for this trial. And this burly, swarthy gentleman next to me has asked that we not identify him, as he's not certain of the statute of limitations in all 50 states.
Yo, Heidi.
All right, he's going to carry this box of knives into the room that you will see once we draw the curtain and you can look through the window there. There he is. He's setting the box of knives down now, and he's coming back out. Now, we have enlisted the services of an adult film actress. Her name is not important. She's marginally attractive, and she will suit our needs, considering that the subject of our clinical trial is a young college-age youth who would probably have no trouble at all maintaining an erection under any circumstance. My male assistant here will invite the subject of the clinical trial into the room. His name is kept secret under HIPAA regulations, so there's no need to go into that. How are you today, young man?
I'm fine, Doctor. I'm looking forward to this, all right.
We promised him $25 and told him the nature of the trial will mean that he gets to have sex with a beautiful woman. And half an hour ago, we administered Penetrex in a 5 milligram dosage, which we expect to be the standard dosage for Penetrex. And as you can see, he is naked and raring to go. Isn't that right, young man?
You betcha, Doctor. I've never been more ready for anything in my entire life.
All right, then. If my male assistant will lift the partition, and there you will see on the bed the beautiful, well, marginally attractive pornography prostitute in a position that can best be described as welcoming to the young man. Now, young man, when you see the green light go on, you are free to approach the adult film actress. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, then, and my male assistant will stand behind you to make sure nothing goes wrong. All right, then. Turn on the green light.
Hot dog!
And there he goes. And now, this is where Penetrex is different than Viagra and Cialis. My male assistant will administer 2 bullets to the back of the young man's head. Now, as you can see, he's quite dead. His face, as a matter of fact, is mostly gone. But observe, as you can see, as I told you, Penetrex acts on the spinal column and does not need a brain to function. So his scrotum, this dead young man's scrotum, is now acting like 2 small feet as it attempts to drag the body of this young man to the still languishing pornographic prostitute. Now, the young man is obviously too heavy for the penis and scrotum to drag him the entire way, so I'm going to ask my male assistant to duct tape one of the butcher knives to the leg of the bed there, and very good. Is it good and secure? All right, then. And then rotate the corpse so the penis can drag the body the few feet toward the knife. It's amazing how this works, really. And there he goes. There it goes. He's dragging the body towards the knife, and look at how he uses a back and forth motion on the knife taped to the foot of the bed to remove and detach himself from the body of the young man that it once belonged to. Don't worry about loss of blood, because once you've taken Penetrex, you're going to stay hard for at least 4 hours. I mean, there's none of this worrying about going limp when you least expect it. Ah, there, he's free. Good. Now watch as
baby.
Yes, it's climbing the leg of the bed. It's climbing the leg of the bed and making its way inchworm style towards the young woman, who spreads her legs and accepts the detached penis and scrotum, which has achieved its goal. So I think you will agree this is a very successful demonstration. We're not going to shoot everybody in the head who takes Penetrex. However, we felt this was the best way to demonstrate to you the sheer impossibility of Penetrex not working due to emotional reasons or any other sort of distraction that could cause, like, Viagra to fail or make Cialis go limpy-wimpy on you. No, I think you'll find that once you've taken Penetrex, you'll have a stiffy that's jiffy. Does somebody want to check on her, see how she's doing? We have no idea how long this thing could go on. This is our first test, and the young lady is starting to turn a little blue around the lips. Would you mind just going in there and withdrawing? Oh, all right then. Well, leave it alone. We'll come back in a couple hours and see how she is. Thank you for your attention today. We're going to have to list that as a side effect, I believe.
Oh, by the way, Hoge and Aaron Walker are both facing kitty stalker charges here in Maryland under Grace's law for stalking and harassing a 16-year-old or 15-year-old girl ever since she was like 12 years old. Well, I see a court date has been set. July 2nd. It's going to screw up their Independence Day holiday. Night and day, you are the one. And I know the route you take on your morning run. That device under your car, it tells me, darling, where you are. I'm stalking you day and night, night and day, and you don't know that my spy store camera sees wherever you go. From the Walmart dressing room to the walls here in my lonely room, well, you know, day and night, night and day, you cannot hide from me. With your insecure Wi-Fi, how I'm glad I can always see. Through your own webcam I peek as you undress and give me the thrill I seek day and night, night and day, night and day. I'd be your guy, and I'm tempted just to nab you as you walk by. It's not that I mean to scare, it's just that life is so damn unfair. I'm watching you day and night, night and day. How can't you tell? That's my deep and heavy breathing on your voicemail, on your Facebook, Twitter too. I want to kill men when they chat with you. I do it too. Day and night, night and day. I know you love me too. And today is the day that I'll finally walk up and speak to you. And my torment will be through when you live in the closet I've made for you day and night, night and day, night and day, night and day.
You are listening to The Liberal Grouch.
Well, hi there. I'm the Liberal Grouch. And I'm not one of those evil grouches you hear so much about over there on the right wing. I'm one of those nice grouches over here on the left wing. And I'd sure like to be your friend. Wouldn't you like to be my friend? I hope you would. Why not come by my Facebook page at www.facebook.com/The Liberal Grouchcast. That's all one word, you know. www.facebook.com/TheLiberalGrouchCast. And like the page, and I promised I'll like you a whole lot. Thank you. Now let's get on with our business.
Now hold on there for one damn minute before you buy that delicious Milky Way candy bar you've been craving all day. Ask yourself this question: do I really need this candy bar, or does the liberal grouch need and deserve my financial support? That candy bar will probably be all dry, with the chocolate turned all white and crumbly anyway, and for the price of just a couple candy bars a week, the liberal grouch can continue to provide you with this outrageous counterculture, left-wing comedy, and pursue his takedown of the right-wing oligarchy. So, Fatso, what's more important to you? Keeping the nation from turning into a right-wing, fascist, theocracy, plutocracy and oligarchy, or having that goddamn candy bar? Make your choice. Then go to www.theliberalgrouch.net and hit the PayPal button. If you don't, that candy bar will taste bitter in your mouth. www.theliberalgrouch.net. Donate, or doom the Republic, just because you wanted to shove a Christ-forsaken candy bar into your gob. The choice is yours.
You are listening to The Liberal Grouch.
He eats little boys. Floppy ducktails and big fat snails.
You do know that was never proven in court, right? All my friends ain't got no green card. No green card. They don't want to work hard. Mr. Bill O'Reilly and Ms. Laura Ingram.
I do believe that if you do have mass deportations and you know, the rental agreement stuff, that the Republican Party would become obsolete, that you would ensure Hillary Clinton's election in 2016, because the demographics don't add up, and that's
well, Bill, that's the left's argument.
Immigrants sneak across the border. Immigrants blocking law and order.
You're adopting the argument of the left.
No, it's a Republican Party. It's Karl Rove's argument. It's John McCain's argument. If you do that kind of a draconian action.
Why is it draconian for a country to enforce its own laws?
Deportations would be draconian. It would be.
Well, Bill, we take the penalty of deportation off the table, and we see what's happened as a result.
Absolutely.
Immigrants climb a 12-foot high fence. Immigrants get a driver's license.
I'm telling you, if your vision were put in there, Republican Party, done.
First thing you do is start deporting people, not by the hundreds, not by the dozens, by the thousands. And that means entire families, not just a father or mother, but we keep families unified by deporting all people who are here illegally. Got your flak jacket on, O'Reilly? You ready?
I'm ready to go, Ingram.
Okay. Suit up.
Immigrants, they get free health care. Immigrants don't care what's fair.
Yeah, go ahead. Listen, according to all the polls, most Americans want some kind of solution, fair-minded, humane solution for the 12 million illegals who are here.
All right, let's start with that fact that's skewed. Okay. Here's what the exit poll said, Bill. About 80% of Americans, more than two-thirds of Americans, more than three-quarters, actually want immigration enforcement.
Send their kids to school. Send their kids to school. Send their kids to school for free. 'Cause we get to stay. 'Cause we get to stay when they get that school degree.
We have failing schools. We have a border overrun still. We have wage stagnation in the country. And you claim it is hard right to believe in immigration enforcement.
No, you're twisting my words.
Well, you called me hard right.
My word. It would seem as if I'm staying at the same luxury hotel that all the GOP candidates are staying in as they hustle for votes in the New Hampshire primary. I believe I'll go down to the gym and see what sort of trouble I can get into. Yow! Oh, goodness! Aha! Walked in this gym, surprised to see Bobby Jindal getting busy, just rocking to the butt stuff beat. Way he shook his booty, sure looked good to me. I said, come here, Big Bob, you rock my world. Show that butt to me. Hey, doing the butt. Hey, pretty, pretty. When you get that notion, give your back door some lotion. Hey, doing in the butt. Hey, sexy, sexy. Ain't nothing wrong if you want to do the butt all night long. Oh, gonna pass a law about it. Oh, shake it. I grabbed Ted Cruz out on the floor. I rocked him from the backside, did the butt till it made him sore. Now it's a physical thing, but not hard to do. You just shake a shake, shake a shake a shake a shake, doing the butt all night long. Come on! Sexy, sexy. When you get that notion, give your back door some lotion. Hey, do it in the butt. Hey, sexy, sexy. Ain't nothing wrong if you want to do the butt all night long. Oh, dear. Oh, that's right. Shake that butt. Oh, come on. Come on. Give me the butt. Give me that Republican butt. Old Pucker's got a big old butt. Oh, yeah. Ted Cruz got a big old butt. Oh, yeah. Rand Paul got a big old butt. Oh, yeah. Jeb Bush got a big old butt. Big old butt. Ben Carson got a big old butt. Oh, yeah. Rick Perry got a big old butt. Oh, yeah. Scott Walker got a cheesy butt. Oh, yeah. Chris Christie got a big old butt. Now, give me the butt. Yay, yay. We're gonna drop these lines before we set up. We're screaming at the dudes with the big old butt. Now, sing it. Ow. I want your butt. That butt. That big old butt. Doing the butt. Hey, pretty, pretty. When you get that notion, give your back door some lotion. Hey, do it in the butt. Hey, sexy, sexy. Ain't nothing wrong if you want to do the butt all night long. Woo. Oh, listen to that now. That sounds like the Republican gay men's chorus. They're marching like them monkeys did at the Wizard of Oz going into the castle. That's DC, LA, what you got to say? Hey, Moline, Davenport, folks come holler at me, but do it nice. Ow! That butt, the butt, your big old butt now. Hey, hey, ah. Hey, hey, yeah, your butt. I want that butt. I'll keep my mouth shut, you give me the butt. Hey, pretty, pretty. When you get that notion, give your back door some lotion. Oh, do it in the butt. Hey, sexy, sexy. Ain't nothing wrong if you want to do the butt all night long. Oh, yeah. If you're going to have butt hurt anyway, may as well, right? It's May 21st, 2015. I'm the Liberal Grouch, and you can drop me a line on Twitter at GrouchyOldLib or at GrouchCast, one or the other. I'm feeling kind of sorry for Pat Grady of Palatine, Illinois today. He calls himself Paul Krendler now. The poor kid, he just can't seem to come up with an original idea. Try as he may, he wants to be a writer. I can tell he's got some talent at least, but he can't come up with his own ideas. He has to take things I've written, change words around like it was a Mad Magazine Mad Libs or something like that, and call that humor. Now, it helps, I guess, when you have a readership with a collective IQ of a houseplant, but come on, Grady, I know you can do better than that. Jesus. I mean, Lord of Shit Turd? Are you 12? I gotcha! You thought he wouldn't do it now, didn't you? You thought that he'd deny it now, didn't you? Now give me what you gotta give. Give it here. Come on! Hey! Good God! Hey! Hey! You taunted me each day on your stupid website. Said I'd be the loser if we should fight. Your libel me, slandered me, dared me to, yeah. You told me the winner would always be you. Now bend down, down to the ground now, hold it. Don't try to struggle now, hold it. It'll be over soon now, hold it. Come on, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Now squeeze down on it now, hey! Good God, hey! The judge approved it, ha ha, good God. You said there's no way that a judge would approve it. You said that he'd Google me and then he'd say screw it. He saw my complaint and he issued a ruling. I can sue you for free, and I ain't fooling. Now give it here. You never should have libeled on me. Give it here. Wipe your eyes now. Give it here. Quit your whining now. Give it here. Come on. Give it here. Give it here. Give it here. Give it here. Give it to me. Good God. Hey, I gotcha. Marshal gonna serve it to you. Gotcha. And you gotta take it too. Gotcha. Give it on here. I gotcha. You thought you'd get away with it, didn't you? Gotcha. I gotcha. Give it on up. I gotcha. Give it on here. I gotcha. You thought you could get away, didn't you? Ha. Gotcha. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, we'll see you in court, you stupid son of a bitch.
I don't know much about nothing, that's how I get along. Half my brain is smaller than the other, and howdy, my stench is strong. Not what you would call gallant, I got no natural talent, but I go blogging every day, hoping I'll find something smart to say. I'm a blogging fool, and I'm August too. I'm a blogging fool, and I'm August too. I can't explain Pinky and the Brain, but I can't complain, cause I'm August too, and a blogging fool. smarter folks on Twitter, I think they're all to blame. I log on in and see them there, gonna put them all to shame. When they see me tweeting, they all splits aside. They hasn't been while I commit my social suicide. I'm a blogging fool, and I'm hoggish too. I'm a blogging fool, and I'm hoggish too. The world goes on and I'm so wrong. 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 I know I'm totally wrong, but I'm a blogging fool. I know I'm totally wrong, but I'm a blogging fool. Yowza, yowza, yowza. I got it all together now with my very own iPhone 3. Hey, I cruise the App Store to find something cool to show I'm not gay. I found this thing called Grindr. I think I'll give it a chance and see if there's a girl who might give me a whirl while I text the night away. I'm a blogging fool and a hoggish too. I'm a blogging fool and I'm hoggish too. I may be totally wrong, but I'm a hoggish fool. I may be totally wrong, but I'm a blogging fool. I may be totally wrong, but I'm a hoggish too. I may be totally wrong, but I'm a fool. Hey, Hoggy, can I buy you a drink? Looking for Mr. Ass Kiss? Here he is. Wait a minute. I got it. You're a genius. Hi? You're brilliant? Love your brain. You must work for NASA, huh? Your place or mine.
Well, you just get the impression that Hoge, Walker, Grady / Krendler, they don't seem to realize the real world trouble they are in. Grady, I'll get him in court eventually. A U.S. Marshal is serving him with his summons, and I believe he'll have until the end of May or early June to file his response. Hoge and Walker, don't they realize that the state of Maryland is looking for poster boys for Grace's law? That's the law that was passed by the last legislature, extending the protections under the electronic mail harassment law to include harassing of a minor. And if there ever was a textbook case, it's these two. But they don't seem to get it. They don't seem to show any understanding of the trouble they're in. And I'm going to add to it. I'm going to add to Hoge's trouble. If I can get a ride to the courthouse, that's all I need is a ride to the courthouse. And I think right now we're up to about 23 charges of harassment made since my cease and desist. They just don't get it. Which I suppose is all just as well as good, since we're all going to be dead soon anyway.
Daily
show, CNN, GOP is not your friend. Christian right sitting tight, making other folks fight. When this hurt, Huckabee, no thinking, ass thinking. Watch a Sharia law, even in Arkansas. Kill a Muslim or a Hindu, what's the difference? Make a deal, fuck you. Uh-oh, this means we lose. Nominee, not for me. Why choose? Testament the lies. Offer me some respite, offer me quietude. I decline. It's the end of all days as we know them. It's the end of all days as we know them. It's the end of all days as we know them in these end times. These end times. The Liberal Grouch Cast is a copyright performance of Bill Schmalfelt, copyright 2015, all rights reserved.